Yo, if you don't know, now you know. It's the What Do I Know podcast, episode 8. It's the first time I got the number right on time. Most times I have to think about it. Proud of myself. We got a new guest, somebody different, somebody I don't really know if we keeping it a beam. I met her via social media. I seen her in one of the, you know, on social media posting a stat that just intrigued me. She is in the real estate game. So she's here to talk to us about, you know, her journey, not just from coming from the Midwest, coming out to the West, but also, getting in an industry that at this point in time, which kind of is weird, is actually thriving. I'm here to introduce Chicago's own Keke. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing very well, very well. So I do want to ask you first and foremost, coming from Chicago, and I've interviewed people because I'm from the Midwest myself. Most of my homies I've told you off air are from
Yeah.
back home. I'm blessed to have that people who I actually went to middle school with actually living 10 minutes away from me. It's a blessing. Um, what exactly made you? And I know the answer to this because I didn't been to Chicago a million times. I
Right.
already know what it is. But first off, whereabouts from Chicago you from?
I'm from the west side
West
of
side.
Chicago.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, from the hood,
Right.
you know.
Well, Chicago's a very large city, so I mean that's well. It's crazy because I'm 36,
hmm
so I'm old enough to remember Cabrini Green. The Cabrinis, the
Yeah, Cabrini Green.
yeah, man,
Yeah.
it's crazy how time flies. You know what I'm saying? And they tore that down right a while ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So
hmm
where exactly from the west side? I mean, you ain't gotta
So,
like throw your address or nothing, but
right. So I'm from like this small. It's this hood called the Village.
okay,
So, it's like off Taylor Street, right down the street from Jewtown.
okay,
Yeah,
okay,
and it's not far from like downtown either.
okay.
Out west. Yeah.
All right. So
hmm
you moved out here to Arizona
hmm
outside of just like cuz there's a million other cities, out here,
Right.
that have opportunities for growth. I mean Atlanta and
True.
places in North Carolina. There's a lot of areas that you can actually, come up. Now I know why I came out here, but I mean tell us why you decided Phoenix was that place to actually, transition to.
Okay, well, I actually did live in Atlanta.
Okay.
I lived
When was
there.
that?
I was like, when I first moved to Atlanta, I was like 18 or 19.
Okay.
So I went there for probably about 4 years. And then I went back to Chicago. And then I left Chicago, then came here.
Okay.
And my reason for moving here was originally, my dad is here. And I wanted to just get out of, Illinois and just come try something different.
Mhm.
And so when I originally moved here, I was not in real estate. I was working at like a call center.
Okay.
And so
Arizona got a lot of those.
yes, it does. Yeah,
Yeah.
it does. But so yeah, I moved here and did that. And one of my cousins who was a broker in Chicago, she been telling me to get into real estate for the longest.
Hmm.
And I wasn't listening for years. And then I decided just like, yeah, I'm ready to do something different cuz I don't like punching the clock. So,
Okay. And I think that's important because once again, part of this podcast is really
mhm,
just about showcasing to not only the youth but maybe people even our age,
right.
in a late 20s, early 30s, early 40s. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? That you don't have to just live one way because society
It's
tells you
true.
to. If there's something that you actually want out of life, then by all means go for it.
Right.
So real estate. So you said that you was in Atlanta. You came out here,
Yeah.
and you said you've been out here for the last 4 or 5 years, like
Yeah, it'll
since
be
then.
4 years actually in March.
Okay,
So, yeah.
okay. So what made you decide to actually get into real estate?
Okay. So my cousin, who was a broker in Chicago, her name is Amanda Stapleton.
Shout out to Amanda Staples.
Yeah, she's the top Chicago producer out there. Like I said, she been telling me to get in real estate for years. Back when I was living in Chicago,
Okay.
and I didn't do it because I was, not thinking about real estate. And then my dad, he used to flip properties in California,
Mm,
and he owned a couple properties out there.
it's a good place to own property.
Yeah, he did. He don't own them. I don't think he owned them anymore, but he sold them. But yeah, he lived out there and was doing real estate. So I'm familiar with it. Like I knew about it, but I just didn't get into it right away.
Hmm.
So then I decided like, what do I love to do? Like, what's my passion? What's my purpose? Like, I've always been interested in real estate. I just didn't do it when it originally was proposed to me.
Okay. Okay. So you decided in Phoenix.
Right.
Um,
Which is challenging.
is that because of the amount of competition?
No, it's because of the amount of things that us realtors in Phoenix have to do. Like in Chicago, they use lawyers. We don't use lawyers here.
Explain what you mean.
So basically here, Arizona realtors, we have to do more than a lot of other states. Like we have to, like if we write the contract, we go through the whole process. We don't give it to like a lawyer to go through like the stages of the whole process, the inspection, the appraisal, everything. Like,
so does that mean it's easier to cut corners out here?
No, I mean it's harder.
Without lawyers, it's harder?
I feel like, in my opinion, I just feel like it makes it harder for us because we're doing more of the work.
Okay,
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like out there, they're not
you.
doing as much as we're doing here. We do everything.
Okay, so in terms of like paperwork and all that,
Right? We
like,
do everything. We go through the entire.
And it's a reason why lawyers get paid for some of that stuff. So in terms of like loopholes, like are you guys being taught out here like these legal loopholes that normally you would have to go to school for? Like, is that? I mean,
we being taught. Yeah, we learn a lot.
Okay.
In real estate school. I mean, I just feel like for us, when we get our commission, when we get paid, it's because we really work for it. Like, not saying that they don't work for their commissions, but we really have to go through everything.
Right.
So.
Okay, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of commissions, I mean, I do want to kind of speak to that because there are different types of real estate. You know, I used to get into flipping cribs back in the day in Michigan. But in terms of actually being a real estate agent, that's like a lane that I'm not too familiar with in terms of like the bust downs, in terms of like the bust downs and the payout. So can you kind of explain to me how that like what's the range of the percentages that, you know, because you ain't got to get all deep into your pockets, but you know, just kind of, you know what I'm saying, like just kind of give us a general idea of what you could possibly make per sale on average.
Okay, so let's just say, and do you mind if I use my calculator too to kind of like give you an example?
Sure. I mean, you got it on deck?
Yeah.
Kept it on
let's
deck.
just say.
Oh, you got the phone up.
Yeah. The commission can range anywhere between, it could be 2%, 2.5%, 3%. So let's just say we talking about a $400,000 house.
So hold on. So just so we're clear, on average, we're gonna say about 2.5% to 3%.
Let's just do 3.
Okay, let's just do 3.
So on a $400,000 house, and you multiply that by 3%, you're getting $12,000.
Okay.
Now that's not including you have to cut your broker, obviously a cut, which your cut to your broker could be 25%. 10%, 20%, you know, it just depends on your brokerage.
Okay, so it depends on where you're working.
Right.
Okay, so does it, and we briefly spoke about that before we started this. Is that determined based on the size of the real estate like office you're working in? Because I would think that if I'm working somewhere like Keller Williams, or if I'm working somewhere like these bigger, you know, more notable firms, they would naturally just not give as big of a cut, just because they may feel like that they're selling it based off their name as opposed to you as the real estate agent. So like, is that the is that the difference maker?
No, because like, okay, so when I was working I started off with Berkshire.
Okay.
So I was with a bigger brokerage.
Berkshire Hathaway.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Very familiar with them. Owned by Warren Buffett. They own a lot of stuff.
Yeah. So I started off with them, and when I was with them, I believe I was at 25%.
In terms of what you had to kick back to them.
Right. So I had to give them that. Now, when I got to my smaller brokerage, I was at the same cut.
Okay.
It was the same thing. So it's really based off your production. It don't really matter about which brokers you're at.
Okay. So explain to me why somebody would, so explain to me why you're not still there.
Yes. Okay. So I felt
without shitting on anybody, because we're not here for that.
I don't have no problems with Berkshire. I love them still.
Yeah, for sure.
So for me though, I like the personal feeling, like the one-on-one.
Okay.
Being over there, it was more so like it was so many of us, where if I needed help, and I was a new realtor, so I didn't know really that much as far as like contracts and things like that. So I needed help. I needed that assistance with um, my broker, like one on one. And over there, it was just so many of us where I felt like I couldn't really get that. So when I went to a smaller brokerage, which is who I'm with now, which is Valley of the Sun Real Estate, my broker is very attentive. He give me that one on one time. So that's why I stay there.
Okay, that makes total sense. So it's just about. I mean, I would say like, because like I said, I work at house, and one of the reasons I'm even able to work that job because that company knows, and they've known for quite some time that I don't need that job. Like they're aware that what I make outside of my job actually makes probably more than what I make at the job.
Wow.
And they're aware of it, and they support what I do. You know what I'm saying? Because I stay putting up numbers at that particular place. And I feel like the only reason why I'm able to succeed at that job is because it's more of a close-knit situation where I can actually let them know how I feel. They can let me know what it is, and I either just got to deal with it, but but just having somebody to keep it real with you, and that's really all you can hope for in the corporate industry. So it makes total sense as to why you would choose to want to. Yeah, sure, that makes total sense.
Smaller,
So and I was in the middle of telling the story when I first started this. One of the reasons why I actually found you was because I seen you posting. I always see you posting on in the Facebook, the Black, Phoenix.
Black in
Which
Phoenix.
that group is a trip, man. I be in and out. I ain't gonna lie. Look, I can't spend too much time. I cannot spend too much time in that group.
So when I go on that group, I'm strictly like, I post my business and I'm off. I don't get too distracted in what they have going on in that group.
Yeah.
I post some things. I try to comment on things pertaining to business, but
yeah. I guess if I feel like I want to get some laughs, I might pop my head in there.
Go in there and
real quick. But I can't spend all day in there because
you get distracted.
And it reminds me why I'm just grateful that I got the people that I grew up with around me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and I'm just going to leave it
real.
at that because I think it's some great people out here, but it's a big city. And whenever you got a big city, you're going to have your fair share of everything.
Yeah.
And I mean,
So you saw me posting there a few times?
Yeah, I seen you. You always pushing like but as a real estate
marketing.
As a real estate agent, you have to you have to promote yourself because
you do. It's commission based. Like you ain't. If I don't work, I'm not eating.
Exactly.
So that's why I really grind real hard.
That's what it's all about. Like
for real.
You anything that you want in life, you got to grind for. It's gonna be hard either way.
Yeah.
Like you choose your heart.
And that's the thing. Like even with being like a entrepreneur, like you got to understand that it's not going to always be up. That's the good thing about knowing how to hustle, like taking those those down times when you ain't making no money versus when you are up. You got to understand it's an up and down business. And
in a lot of cases, especially as an entrepreneur, if we're talking about a timeline, especially like starting off, if we're talking about a timeline, there's going to be more times where you down than up. It's just about when you up.
I've been discouraged plenty of times.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's life. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is when you up, it's about how you handle that up.
True.
Because everybody going to have the down points. But a lot of times what happens is when you get up, you act like you never been there before. And that's what happens when you start accumulating
money,
bills that you end up getting that car that you really shouldn't have got.
Yeah, living beyond your means.
Yeah, and that's
true.
That's what happens to a lot of people is they get up for a couple months and they forgot that it can go bad.
Back down.
Easy. It's not that
easy,
hard. So
easy.
it's always important to keep an even keel when it comes to any type of entrepreneurism. So I think that's important. So once again, I keep cutting my own story off. So so the reason why I had originally reached out to you is because I see you constantly posting. But the one time I seen you posted, it was basically the day I hit you.
Yeah.
It was the day I hit you. It was when you posted saying that last year, like you just came here from Chicago, you just got into real estate, and last year you closed over $4 million in home sales.
Yeah.
So first off,
Thank you.
Congratulations.
I appreciate it.
And if you hear that in the background, that's Keke's sister. Say hello, Keke's sister. Hello. Yeah. We out here. So once again, obviously that's huge.
Right.
So you work in the Valley, and obviously the real estate market in Arizona, specifically Maricopa County. For those who are not from here, it does vary based off regions. So
right.
I'm interested into hearing about in terms of like are there specific areas in the
that I
valley
work.
that you work, or are you
Man,
everywhere with it?
look, I'm all over.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
not gonna
good,
lie. I
good.
ain't. I don't. Okay, so I don't like limiting myself.
Shit.
So if my client want to go to Casa Grande, Tucson, you know, I'm anywhere.
Right.
I work everywhere. Glendale, Tempe, Phoenix. So yeah. So it ain't really pretty much nowhere where I really don't work.
Okay. So I mean, can you? I mean, I know you don't got like the paperwork in front of you, but
Mm-hmm.
4 million in. I know the real estate value out here is different than
Anywhere, yeah.
California, but for that, I mean, we're talking at least what 10, 12 houses last year. Is that what we're looking at?
Yeah, I believe I did what 13 or 14. One
Nice,
of them, yeah.
nice, nice.
So, and you know what? It could have been more, but I had a lot of deals that did fall through.
Mm-hmm.
But I still came out at the top realtor in my brokerage, even with the deals I had that fell through, which I'm so thankful, like really thankful.
I was gonna ask you, being that, and do you have any children?
Yeah, I do.
Okay,
I have two boys.
two boys. Okay,
Yeah.
so I mean, are you are you a single mom? I ain't trying to get all in your
It's
business, but
okay. It's okay. So no, I'm not a single mom. I'm single, but I'm not a single mom.
so pops is still in the life
Of
being
course,
okay. Oh,
he's a great father.
beautiful, beautiful. I
Yeah.
love to hear. So talk about that process, like dealing with real
Real estate
estate
with being a
while
parent.
while being a parent, because as a real estate agent, I mean,
Yeah.
let's be honest with ourselves. This isn't something.
It's
It's not a nine to
it's
five.
not.
Like there's gonna be times where you have to meet somebody
That's
in
true.
awkward times. So
That's
speak
true.
to me how you've been able to balance that.
Oh my God. So, well, I have an 8-year-old and a 4-year-old, and so they do go to daycare. And my 8-year-old obviously is in school.
Hmm.
Well, COVID's going on now, but
Yeah,
yeah. So he do the online at daycare. Actually, right now my mom has them, and she's in Atlanta, so that's good.
but they're still
They,
doing they're
but
still
they,
doing it from there.
yeah, they do it from there.
How are they? Well, I guess the 8-year-old, the 4-year-old, he ain't there yet.
Yeah.
But the 8-year-old, how is he handling the work and the school
Oh,
school from there?
he don't like it.
It's different
He'll
for
rather,
everybody,
yeah,
man.
yeah. It's hard on these kids.
It's hard, man.
Yeah, it is.
I feel bad for him.
He'll rather be in person.
Yeah, and I think they all would love to be, but
Hmm.
I mean, it's up to us as the parents to be responsible. And
That's true. Teach them.
it does make me sad when I see some of these parents that are like super
Hmm.
super gung ho about just getting the kids into
Yeah,
school, and
back in school.
like I understand,
Right,
the social experiment is super important,
right.
but we in a real
Yeah, we
pandemic.
is.
This is a real
We
thing,
are.
you know what I'm saying? And I think I just hope just everybody be safe. You know what
Me
I'm saying?
too.
I got kids
I
myself
agree.
that are in virtual school. I don't really like it. You know what I'm saying? They're in high school, but
Oh,
I
okay.
feel like younger kids it has a bigger effect on, because
Right.
that human interaction for 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds, that's
Mm-hmm.
important.
It
So,
is. It is. And I mean, we get through that.
hmm
But what I do is, so they go to school,
hmm
and then, like, let's say I have to show a house late at night.
hmm
They dad, he'll get them. He's very supportive. You know,
nice.
he was
That's important.
he was part of the reason why I got into real estate as well. Like, we, he pushed me to do it too. Like, it wasn't like it was just me and my sister as well. Like, it's never just you by yourself. Like, you always have. Well, sometimes it is just you by yourself, but in my case, I didn't just come up on my own. You know, I had people around me supporting me, telling me to do it, pushing me through
Obviously,
school.
your sister was
Yeah,
definitely,
yeah,
of
she's a
course,
big support for me.
obviously, of course.
Yep. So
I,
yeah, so
you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it's beautiful to hear co-parenting like that. It's
yeah.
important.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
not talked about enough.
It's not.
Like it's like I feel like it's too easy in this day and age for both women and men to shit on they baby
Right.
mama, baby
And I'm
daddy,
not doing that.
and most importantly on social media. Like
I see that a lot.
I think that shit is so corny because people forget that people screenshot this stuff. They take pictures of this
Yes.
stuff. Like like
Yes.
just because you might erase it because you got
Hmm.
to change your heart,
That don't mean somebody else did.
it's still ingrained out there. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So I just feel like I feel like being able to support each other's
Hmm.
dreams, and being able to support your child the right way,
Right.
I think that's super super dope, man.
Right. I
Congrats.
mean, for me, it makes it easier when I got support. Like if I have to show a house at night, if he's not available, my sister is available.
Yeah.
But I have that support, or even if if I have to ask my dad,
Hmm.
I got some support. So I'm thankful for that. But for the most part, I'm gonna be honest, I take them with me.
Yeah,
Like if nobody can't do it, I'm taking my kids with me.
yeah.
And sometimes they be like, "This the last house, mom." Like I'm so tired of looking at houses, But
Hey,
I
they
mean,
learning
they
something at a
learning.
very young
They
age.
do video. They have done videos for me too. Like I
They
did a
yeah,
whole video on the home buying process with my two boys,
they
and one.
learn. Trust me, they learn it.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, like one of my 4-year old, he was the lender in one of my videos,
Hmm.
and my older son was the buyer. So yeah, I did. I be trying to, involve them.
Dope,
Mm-hmm.
super dope. So you obviously you're number one at the brokerage,
Mm-hmm.
killing shit out here, doing your thing.
Thank you. Thank you.
So what's the next step? I know we have briefly spoke
Mm-hmm.
about getting into the other side of
Yes.
real estate investment.
Yep.
So have you ever have you ever taken part of that side of real
Um.
estate at all before?
So no, not yet. I will be.
Well, I mean, so you okay? So
Have I worked with like investors?
yeah,
Yeah, I worked with investors before, but me personally, I haven't invested yet, so I will be. But yeah, I've worked with people.
and we had briefly spoke about it before. Before you said that you were looking and getting to the multi-unit game.
Yes.
And are you looking to start off in the Valley, or are you looking to start off
Back home.
back in Chicago
Well, okay, so
or Atlanta?
right, or
I was about
Atlanta.
to say because
I'm not gonna lie, I was thinking about Wisconsin too, though,
okay,
because they property cheap.
where about in Wisconsin though?
I gotta look more into it. I
Okay,
just been hearing a lot about their properties out there, and
okay,
that it's cheaper to buy out there. But I mean, for me, I feel like it would be a smart decision to buy where I live
hmm,
because I'll be able to go and check on my property frequently versus having to get on the plane, flying out a state to go,
or relying on somebody that
else to do it, like a
yeah
property management company, and I have to
yeah.
pay them a percentage. And
And
yeah,
so many of those these days, man, are just
yeah,
they're
they
not
don't
on
even do
top.
their job all
Yeah,
the
they not
time.
on top of their toes. It's
Yeah,
not.
that's true.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, so multi units, and
Hmm.
I think that's really something to talk about. I don't want to get into too many details because
Yeah.
you haven't done it just yet. It. So you're looking for the residuals.
Right, because I mean that's my goal. Like, um, basically, I want to be able to like purchase property, hold it. I don't mind fixing and flipping, but I mainly want to hold the property.
Sure.
And then my ultimate goal is I want to create something that is like my signature.
Hmm.
Like mainly, like how you go on like Mark Taylor, like it's Mark Taylor property, right?
Hmm.
Or like Fulton, it's different. Um, People that own properties and they have their own stamp on it.
Hmm.
I want to have something in that property that's like, oh, I know I'm in Keke property. Like it's something that's in there that's unique that shows like this is mine.
Okay.
Whether it's like the cabinets, the floor, something, counters, anything.
All right. Um, would you ever get into flipping properties?
I
Like,
would. I mean, well, I've talked to my cousin who was in Chicago
hey,
about
let me ask you this. I don't mean to cut you off,
mhm,
but okay, so talk to me about the market in itself, because I mean,
in the South.
no, in itself,
Oh,
like,
in itself.
yeah,
Okay.
I'll talk to me about the market in itself, just briefly. I
Hmm.
mean, because right now with the like with COVID going on,
Right.
like to me, I would have thought that the real estate
Hmm.
would have actually gone down
Right. A lot of
because
people did.
yeah, because of the fact that people would buckle down.
Hmm.
But it seems like the not only real estate industry but
Hmm.
as well as the home improvement industry has
Skyrocketed.
it shot through
Yeah.
the roof. Now, what are your thoughts on that?
I feel like it was a shock to me too.
Okay.
I feel like when COVID first happened, I said, "Oh yeah, this not gonna really probably be a good year,"
Right.
because my deals start falling through because
Initially.
people lost their job,
Yeah.
so or their hours was cut,
Yeah.
so they couldn't qualify for the amount that they originally wanted to.
Yeah.
So I was really discouraged when it first happened because I was like, "Oh man, this not gonna be a good year," but ultimately a lot of people just started buying because interest rates went down.
Yeah.
So when interest rates went down, And then it's a seller's market right now too.
Very much so.
So yeah, the sellers definitely had an upper hand right now. They got these prices higher.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm glad that you're saying this as a real estate
Yeah.
agent, because I said this on my live stream the other day, but my wife is like really trying to get on my helmet about buying a house this summer.
You
And,
come to me.
Like she want I ain't coming nowhere. I ain't coming nowhere.
But she right. But she right.
But she not right though.
Why not?
Don't do that.
Why not?
I'm gonna tell you right now, because exactly what you just said. It's a seller's market.
Okay.
And me being a hustler myself, I like to wait for the buyer's market.
Look.
And don't say it's never coming.
I'm not gonna say it ain't never coming, but I'm gonna tell you this. So people waiting on that, but the price is steady going up.
That's fine.
So,
but when it's a buyer's market, it goes back down. Yeah. I'm gonna bring a mortgage. I'm bringing a mortgage person in here pretty soon.
I got somebody for you.
All right, yeah, bring them.
I got 2 people for you. They can do the interview together.
Yeah, let's do it together, because I got some questions.
I got you.
Because I mean, have you ever seen that movie, The Big Short?
Nuh-uh.
Okay, it talks about the real estate bust back in 2009.
Okay.
Like how that actually went about. It had nothing to do with you. It was about the mortgage brokers.
Right.
So yeah, I got questions.
Okay.
Because I've heard things about some of these mortgages coming out here. And I know you don't make them, so I ain't, you know,
but look,
you ain't got to catch this bullet. But I got strays for some. I got, you know, I'm shooting strays. I got questions. I just want to know.
I'm gonna tell you this. You can talk to Nathaniel Dillard and Melanie's Gaskin. They can come on here. They'll talk about it.
Hey,
they're my lenders.
Hey,
and Joshua too.
When I'm gonna edit this particular part out. We're gonna have a YouTube segment, and she's gonna share this, and she's gonna tag y'all. I want y'all here because I got questions.
Yeah.
And I'm not here to grill. I just want to know, because we know how this game works.
Yeah,
I understand. I know you got a business to do.
Right.
I totally understand it.
We gotta get paid too.
Yeah, of course. Because the thing is like one thing that I have noticed, because even though I'm not directly invested into a ton of real estate right now, I'm always on top of it, so I know what's going on.
So you watching the market?
Yeah, 100%. So
you think?
So one thing that I've noticed is that because of the middle class, relying on checks, it's been the high end people that's been getting this property because they're trying to get out of the way. Like in most places, like if you go to places like New York, Chicago, these guys are, and that's why real estate in Phoenix has been so high, because for most people in the country, this is considered getting away. That's why we have the snowbirds. You know what I'm saying? And would you say a lot of the property that you have sold in the last year has came from
snowbirds?
Yeah, I mean, no. Where are they coming from?
I mean, they're coming from Cali.
That's because getting out the way.
Yeah, because it's cheaper. But I'm saying like people who basically live in here half of the year and living somewhere else. No, I ain't been really having a lot of snowbirds. Honestly, I've been having a lot of women. Single mothers purchasing properties from me.
Nice.
Yeah, it's they've been doing their thing.
I love it.
Yeah.
I think that we're gonna have a female president pretty soon. You know what? I personally think that I think they're setting up Kamala to get it set.
To get it,
because I think Joe Biden kind of actually already made it clear that he's running on one term. Like he's not trying to be reelected. He's too old.
He's too old.
He's gonna die. You know what I'm saying? And we don't want that. We want him to live peacefully. You know what I'm saying? And that presidential shit.
And it's stressful.
You see how I did Obama, man? Obama had a Caesar when he first came in, gleaming, waves banging. You know what I'm saying? When he left out, he had the Silver Surfer. You know what I'm saying? He was stressed, man.
And I can understand.
Hell yeah. Man, yeah. So I mean, that we on a tangent.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am interested to learn about mortgages because I think that is super.
I feel like they would give you so much knowledge. Like definitely bring them in for sure.
And even past informing me, I think it's important that people understand these numbers,
right?
To understand what they can qualify for and what it takes to qualify.
Well, I can tell you a little bit of what I know.
Talk about it.
So I know that if you're looking to purchase a house, the minimum credit score is 580 for FHA.
See, all right, let's just stop there.
What?
And this isn't your thing because you didn't approve that 580. Right. Do you not see a problem with being able to buy a house with a 580 credit score?
No. What's the problem?
I'm asking.
No, I don't see no problem.
I didn't say it was a problem.
I don't see the problem.
All right.
I mean, so
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm just. And you know what? This
Look,
isn't a question. I shouldn't even have brought it to
it's
you, man.
okay. It's
Hey,
okay.
hey, if
It's
you got a
okay.
580 credit score, holla at my girl Keke.
I
She
mean,
gonna get you
I'm
right.
gonna
So
get
don't
you
worry.
right.
Don't worry about it. Our credit score questions, I'm gonna save for your.
Save for the
Yeah, I'm gonna
lenders.
save them for your folks. That's for sure.
Save for them.
I'm sorry, but keep going. What exactly does it take to own? Because this is important. Like,
It
like
is.
no bullshit.
Knowledge.
Because we want people to own.
Yeah.
Like we don't want people to rent because if you put into something that you actually can get something out of.
Right.
So
Exactly.
please do tell them seriously.
So the minimum credit score 580 to get conventional 620 for down payment assistance, which is the first time home buyers programs that everybody talks about.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be at a 640.
Okay.
So
hey, so in terms of the credit scores that you guys go through FICO, right? Most times.
yeah. Yeah,
So
I mean,
do you
middle
guys
score,
ever look
whatever
at
the middle score is.
Do you guys ever check Credit Karma? I'm not failing Credit Karma. No, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Everybody comes and talks about Credit Karma.
Hey,
man.
Credit Karma, I got some beef with y'all, man. Hold on real quick. Hey, we gonna go back to this, but hold on. Hey, Credit Karma, listen, man. Y'all probably not even about to hear this, but I'm still gonna tag y'all because I need y'all to hear this, man. Listen, y'all have me, y'all pump fake me crazy, bro. Like it's crazy. You know what? I ain't even gonna lie to you. I was out here with my chest out. I thought I was doing something.
What they do?
Man, I thought I was doing something, man, and they did me dirty. I thought I was moving in the sevens. I thought I was moving in the sevens.
And it wasn't, right?
Man, it ain't even.
It wasn't because it's not always accurate. I mean, but you know what? It will give you that ballpark of what it's around.
See, but the problem is when you buying a house and when you buying, they not looking at the ballpark. They looking at the location.
No, that's true.
Where you at?
That's true. Like they looking at the middle score, which is I don't know if it's Experian, TransUnion, Equifax. I don't know which one is that middle score. The lender's gonna have to talk about that.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to talk about that. But I would say so. Those are the numbers. I mean, your credit. You know what your credit score has to be at.
Right.
To purchase.
Okay.
Now.
So talk to me about like what the down payments traditionally have to be. Like if say I got like a 580 credit score, but I'm looking to get into a house. First off, if I got a 580, and this is once again probably something that I should ask the mortgage guys, but how much would I normally get approved for if I had a 580?
Okay, see that's another thing people would be thinking. So they think that the credit score is going to give you your purchase price, like your pre-qual amount, right? And that's not how it works.
How's it work?
So your credit score is basically giving you that interest rate.
Gotcha.
So the better the credit score, the lower the interest rate is going to be, right?
Okay.
And so your purchase price amount is basically based off the amount of money that you're bringing in.
Okay.
And then your debt to income.
Okay.
So that's how that works as far as that. That it's not, people think, okay, if my credit score is 700, but if you only bringing in $12 an hour, you're not about to get approved for, $300,000 or $400,000 house, like just because your credit score is good.
Right.
You got to be able to know that you can, qualify to make those payments.
No, that makes sense. So, do they normally look at, is it kind of like that 3 times the income? Is it still that concept? Because I know that's like a renter's concept. Honestly, I don't know if it's
see that's the lender's question.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I'm lining up. I'm the shield for them.
Yes.
So whatever you ain't catching is just gonna.
They're gonna have to go ahead and do that.
The strays. They're gonna catch the strays.
All of that.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I know that people think that when they're buying a house that it's just about the down payment, and it's not. But I can tell you how they calculate the down payment. So the down payment is usually like 3.5%, right? So let's just say on a $200,000 house, you multiply that by 3.5%, that's $7,000.
Okay.
But it ain't just $7,000 and that's it.
Right.
You got your you got your closing costs, you got your home inspection, you got your homeowner's insurance, your home warranty. You got to take into account all of that too. Yeah.
So, long story short, so what do you think? 10,000?
It depends on the price of the house.
Sure.
You're not really getting a $200,000 house right now. Not right now.
Yeah. You're gonna be living in Buckeye if that's you're gonna be way out
honestly,
the way.
Even Buckeye is starting to rise too, though. But I would say you can get a $200,000 house in Coolidge, in Casa Grande. You'll be good.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
I mean, in Coolidge, they got a lot of new builds they building out there right now.
Yeah, for sure. Casa Grande too.
Brand new house.
I was actually looking at property. out in Casa Grande, like actual.
So you are looking.
Well, I'm looking at land. Yeah,
Okay.
we can definitely talk.
Yeah.
I definitely am.
Buy a house.
Not for a house. Yeah, not for a house.
You against that right
yeah,
now?
no, it's not about. It's not about that. I am in the market this year to buy land. Like I'm buying land, but it's for commercial.
I got you.
Yeah, it's commercial, business. So
Right.
it's not about property. But I think that to me, I was looking into getting a condo for my kids because I think they might be going to ASU. They both got accepted there. One of them got a full ride. So
Congratulations.
Yeah, it's dope.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about getting them a condo, and I figure if I do that, it make more sense to just own it so I can just rent it out.
Exactly.
Because I figure Tempe, when you're next to a college town or a downtown, it don't matter where you at. That's forever.
Yes.
It's forever.
Yes,
like it's one of those things that you can pass on to your kin.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
so for me, it just seemed like something like that made sense personally. But I do think the multi-unit is the way.
Smart, of course.
I think that's because most times those buildings cost damn near the same amount as a regular property. It's just bust up. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
That's crazy.
So you might as well collect payments from 2 or 3 tenants.
Exactly.
Might as well.
Exactly.
Why not? And then I think that a lot of people would be thinking, like, if they buying a house, I'm stuck for 30 years, and that's not even the case. Like, build that equity and sell it or either rent it out.
Do you deal with refinancing too, or is that?
That's a lender's question.
All right. I'm just, I've only.
That's a lender's question.
Yeah, and I should know this.
I can walk you through the process of people who trying to buy a house.
Right.
I can do that for you if you want me to. So basically, if you come to me and you're looking to buy a house, I'm going to ask you, are you pre-qualified? Ask you what your credit score is. The lender is I'm going to send you over to my lender. They can run it and tell you exactly what it is that you qualify for. Now, once you get pre-qualified, we're going to go through, your criteria. What type of house you're looking for? How many bedrooms, bathrooms, garage, no garage, 2-story, 1-story, things like that. Mm-hmm. Now, once we're going to narrow it down to the houses that you feel like if you walked inside of, you would be willing to put an offer on. I'm not going to take you to see 30 houses, which I have done that.
Right.
In the past, but
how'd that go? Did you at least sell it? Make a sale?
Yes.
That's
but
good.
I'm learning. Like, I'm not doing all of that no more. I'm learning, like, I don't want my clients to stress. The biggest thing for me is, like, to get them not to freak out. Like, because it's already a stressful process in itself.
Right.
So if we can narrow down the search, and people be thinking, like, why would I do that? I'm buying a house. I want to have a lot of options. Because after the third or fourth house, you forgot how the first house looked.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So I try to make the process very smooth for my clients. And I feel like because I'm personable and also professional too, but I feel like that's what make people want to work with me because I don't make it stressful. Like, we're going to make this simple. We're not going to make it hard. So once we get them houses narrowed down, we go look. And then let's say you found a house that you really love. We put an offer in on a house. Your earnings deposit, which is kind of like, security deposit.
Yeah.
But it's your earnings deposit. It goes to the title company. You have up to 48 hours to do that in either a cashier's check, personal check, wire. You can do that too. Now, after that, it's taken care of. We open an escrow. And then once we open escrow, then you have a 10-day inspection period. Mm-hmm. So during these 10 days, then you get your home inspection, termite inspection, roof, whatever inspections that you feel like you want to get. So you get that inspection. After the inspection is done, we do this document called the BINSR, which stands for Buyer's Inspection, Seller's Response. Mm-hmm. So with this BINSR, we putting everything on there that we feel like based off this home inspection and that report, everything that we put on this BINSR is things that you want to get fixed, which I'm pretty sure you probably know about this because you deal with properties. Sure. But we put on that document things that you feel like you want to be fixed in this house or repaired or replaced. Now, we send it over to the seller, the listing agent. And once they get it, they go through it, they send it back to us and telling us, okay, we agree to fix this, or not this. It's like a negotiation too. Mm-hmm. So once we get done with that, then we agree to it, and then we move on to the appraisal. Okay. Now, you can pick your home inspector. A lot of people don't know this, but you can pick your home inspector, but you cannot pick your appraiser. You can't pick the appraiser.
Who actually assigns that?
The lender.
Okay.
The lender does, because they don't want them to be steered to tell you the value, because the home inspection is about the house, like how the repairs and everything.
Is that like that in every state?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
just making sure.
It's. I mean, and it's just like, why would if you pick your appraiser and they go in there and say if you're a buyer, they're gonna say, okay, bring the cost of the house
For sure,
down. You know what I'm
100%.
saying?
Yeah.
So you can't do that.
Yeah.
So the lender picks the appraiser. And then after the appraisal is done, the value of the house comes back, and you got other things you're filling out with title and things like that, title company.
Okay.
And then it's pretty much done.
So did you where'd you go to school at for this?
Arizona School of Real Estate and Business, and I went in Gilbert.
The one in Gilbert.
And I went to Scottsdale too because
it's the same company, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
I went to Gilbert, and then I had I still took classes in Scottsdale too. I did.
That's a to me.
Mm-hmm.
This is like the ideal alternative to a 4-year university.
Yeah.
Like I've spoke about this a lot of different times about how even with my own kids, like the one who doesn't have a scholarship, he's dead set on exactly what he wants to do. Like he knows the exact job he wants to get out of it. He knows what it's going to pay him. So for him, he has a goal, and that's cool.
Yeah.
But there's so many other kids who go to college because their parents tell them they have to, or they feel like society forces them to, and they have no idea on what they want out of college. And they end up spending 4 years getting a degree in some shit they don't care about. They end up being in debt and over $100,000, and then they end up coming working at a phone job where they're getting $13 an hour.
Yeah.
And to me, and this is something I've even said to my own kids, like, listen, man, if y'all don't want to go to college, y'all can always go to real estate school.
Yeah.
Because if you got some hustle about you with that real estate license, you're gonna make 6 figures with a breeze.
Right.
Like
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Why a lot of people be thinking like, okay, I can't do no sales job. You selling. I feel like obviously when you're dealing with houses, I've never, not one time, I'm being so honest here, I've never felt like I was forcing somebody to buy. Like it's either you want the house or you don't.
Yeah, well, I would assume they only hitting you up because they're in the market.
Right, but I'm saying like far as like when you in that house, of course you telling them the qualities about the house and things like that. But I've never felt like, okay, I gotta try to get this sale today.
Right.
I've never felt like that. Because I want my clients to feel comfortable with their purchase anyway. I don't want it to feel forced because it's going to come back on me, And even if I'm selling a house, I make sure it's nice when other people are coming in to look at it, and it's going to sell. It's going to sell anyway.
Listen, if you're an entrepreneur, in a sense, you have to be a salesman.
Yeah.
Like even if the job isn't a sales job,
right?
Like if you run like my mom, like I was raised with my mom, always being in cosmetology, like that's what she did for a living. She's always been in a salon, like as long as I ever known her. You know what I'm saying? And even with that, like unless you're working for some corporate spot, which for most of us, that's not how it goes.
Exactly.
Like it's somebody who owns it, and you working in the shop, you paying booth rent or whatever. True. Like you're not selling. But you selling every single time somebody come off that chair.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you're still selling even when you're not selling.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
I guess because it come natural.
Yeah.
Like, it's
just a hustle.
It's a hustle. Like, it's like a natural thing. And it's like really you selling yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
It's obviously real estate in Arizona or anywhere they say it's oversaturated. Like it's a lot of realtors, right?
Sure.
But I don't really care about that because nobody else's money is going to stop mine, You just have to find your niche.
Yeah.
Once you find your niche, you can do it. And then stay consistent. Stay consistent.
Yeah, consistency is everything.
Yeah.
You spoke briefly about the marketing. Talk to me about the importance of that because these things kind of do go hand in hand because you can have the best personality in the world. And this is one thing that I always tell people like in the business industry. And I heard this from somebody who's a killer on the phone. Like if you're not marketing, it's the equivalent of having a huge party that you've given flyers out to nobody, that you haven't given flyers out to nobody. Like you can have the biggest party in the world, but if people don't know how to get there, then it's still going to be an empty party. So talk to me about the methods that you go about to kind of get your name up.
People.
Yeah, like what are you doing?
So, well, when I first started real estate, I was posting like just straight real estate stuff on my personal page on Facebook, right? Or Instagram. I was posting like a lot of just all houses or things like that. And then I was like, man, that ain't really working, because a lot of people get tired of seeing stuff like that.
Yeah.
So the moment when I spoke with my cousin, she was like, okay, when I go on your page, okay, I'm seeing real estate and I'm seeing other people's stuff you promoting. I don't see nothing else. Who are you?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so when you have to mix your personal and then business on your personal page,
Mm-hmm.
and that way people can feel like they can relate to you.
Yeah.
So once people start to realize, like, oh, I feel like I know her already, they feel comfortable to work with me.
Okay.
That's really like my little secret.
Yeah. Well, whenever you're dealing with, because my wife is actually in the car industry. She's one of the sales managers at one of the bigger dealerships out here, and it's the same game.
Yeah.
Car sales and home and real estate is the exact same thing. It's just on the different size
Yeah,
scale.
it is.
But at the end of the day, you have to sell yourself. People have to trust you more than they trust the pipes.
Yes.
Like they have to trust, and that really applies to anything. If you're an entrepreneur, like
that's true.
If I'm starting a new restaurant, because there's a million restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
Why am I going to get your wings? Like, what's the difference
what's so
between
good about you?
I'm trusting I'm trusting in you. You know,
but I feel like if I know you, oh, I know him. I feel comfortable. Or, you heard a lot of good things about this person or about this company. You're going to want to do business with them too.
Yeah.
And then also I started posting in those groups. I posted in a lot of groups, and that helped me to get out there too. Because at first I wasn't doing that. But when I started doing that, and then they come to my personal page and see, oh, okay, she got a family. Okay. Oh, she do this for a living. They feel like they knew me.
Yeah. Social media, for all of its faults and for the weak-minded in terms of how it can really drain some people out.
I want to say this when you're done.
Yeah. For so many people that are drained from that, if you use that shit right.
Yeah.
Then you can make a fortune off social media.
For sure.
That other line of money that I generate money from is coming from social media.
Look, I'm going to tell you this. So when I first got to my brokerage that I'm at now, my broker said, okay, Keke, how are you going to be successful in this business? Like, what are you going to do to get yourself out there and make money? And I said, I'm going to be honest. I said, I don't like the cold calling. Not saying I wouldn't be willing to do it. I've done it.
Right.
But I told him, I said, I don't like cold calling. I don't like door knocking. I don't like doing a lot of the stuff that is the normal for realtors. Now, I would do it. I don't mind. But my thing is, I told him, I said, I'm going to attack social media. Yeah. And he said, those people are not going to be serious. They're not going to be serious buyers or sellers. Man, when I say... the mass majority of my business come from social media.
Yeah.
Like, I would honestly say either social media or referrals.
Yeah.
I swear to you, last year in 2020, I didn't knock not one door. Like, even in 2019, I probably knocked 2 or 3.
Well, I mean, when you're posting in different groups that aren't your own, that is you knocking on the doors.
Right.
It's 2020, or it was 2021 now.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're in a day and age to where actually knocking on the door can get you shot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like if we keeping it real,
that's true.
And nobody likes being cold called. You know what I'm saying? Like, the job that I work at, I'm calling people who are working with us. Like I can always be like, hey man, you set this up, not me. Like I ain't cold calling you. So, people don't, that's a very old method that's dead. Like it's a dead method. And people get so many calls from that, and you get turned off because these people get a million calls from a million different people.
That's true.
So at the end of the day, man, you have to stick out in different ways.
Yeah,
and social
found
media,
my niche, for sure.
For sure, man.
Yeah.
Salute to you.
Thank you.
All right, well, damn, man. See, I told you. Didn't I tell you?
Did.
Yeah, see, and this is how it always goes. Like,
no, for real.
We just talk and kind of let it go. But I got a lot of information. Damn, we've been doing this for damn near an hour. So,
thank you for honestly inviting me, though.
Yeah, it was my pleasure.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, it was my pleasure. So next time I do an event,
I got you.
Now you got
it. But no,
come.
for real, I wasn't lying to you then, even when you reached out.
You know what? This is the thing about me, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Because I've been in marketing for so long, and because I've been in sales so long, I understand that everything is a game of numbers.
Yeah.
So everybody has different things that they got to do at that particular time. I got a 2-year-old daughter, so a lot of the things that I'm invited to, like I gotta miss because I gotta watch my baby. You know what I'm saying? So I get all of that.
Yeah.
I understand that if I hit up 1,000 people, if I can get 100 people out of every 1,000, I'm rolling. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? And that's how I do my business. I do everything based off the law of averages, but I hustle
Right.
so hard I just leave no stone unturned. So
That's
I'm gonna
it.
make sure I'm hitting somebody up. So when
Yeah.
I see you, like I'm seeing like, okay, she from the shy, she real estate, she look good. Oh no, let me bring
Thank
her
you.
because
Thank you.
it can make sense. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I
But
appreciate that.
yeah, but I'm gonna continue to do so. Like I said, I just think it's
We're gonna
important.
stay in touch.
Oh, for sure. And
Yeah.
I do want the if you got those mortgage folks, I do want to link. I do want
No,
them to come.
they'll come.
Yeah,
They'll
so
come for sure.
yeah, we definitely want to bring them because that's really some information that us as a people need to know about. Because I feel
I feel like that's important.
yeah, it's super
Yeah.
important because really to me, just like real estate, I think even to this day, it's a joke that real estate isn't taught in school,
Man.
like high school at least. The fact that
Look.
they're not going out their way to at least give us like the basics. Not you don't got to get all crazy because you do want to have the certifications and all that,
Yeah.
but to just be able to teach the basics
basic
about real estate. But they do that on purpose.
When I say I get so many people, and I'm not, it ain't even really. Of course, it's majority of my people, you know, but
Yeah.
not. I get people who not even my, you know, my people that
Sure.
don't have the knowledge about real estate.
Sure.
But it's like more so like my biggest advice I would give to those people is like try to educate yourself, you know, because we don't know if we wasn't taught. So either reach out to a professional like me or educate yourself. YouTube. Like before I went to school, I learned so much off YouTube. So when I got to real estate school, I knew majority of everything they was teaching.
Right.
Because I already educated myself on it.
Yeah, man. People, and I tell my kids, it's like, listen, man, you literally have a supercomputer. Like this is a super computer. Yeah, like the fact
everything
that
is there.
Like I can literally look at the stock market.
Yeah.
I can be on Twitter. I can be, emailing somebody all at the same time on this phone. So, don't be afraid to learn.
Yeah.
And I
be
think
a student.
I think it is a fear. Like I think it's a fear of not wanting. Like, how am I gonna word this? It's just a fear.
It's a fear for sure. Because,
we'll just say it's a fear.
Yeah.
I don't want to get too. I don't want to get too.
We'll get real deep in that.
Yeah, because this might, we already at an hour.
Yeah, we'll get deep in that.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
But I think it is important because to me, even something as simple as if you got a 580, you can buy a house.
Right.
To me, I feel like that's a little low, and that's not because of you. That you have no control over that. But if that is the opportunity, I feel like there's somebody right now who got a 590 who had no idea
that they could
So instead of putting themselves stressed out over rent, they could actually own something to where they can sell it and
or pass it down to their kids, because a lot of us ain't doing that.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
So I think that is important. So do you have like a website?
No, I don't have a website, but I will be getting one this year. And a lot of people have been telling me to get one, but I'm gonna get one.
I got
Instagram.
Do you have to do you have one of those, do you work for one of those real estate agencies where you have to get a website through them, or can you set up your
I can set up my own.
All right, I got somebody for you.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'll plug you in. But go ahead and give everybody, like, where can they find you if they actually looking for a house in the state of Arizona?
Okay, so you can find me on Facebook, and you can type in my real name. It's going to come up is Keiyeahra, and it's KeiyeahRa, and then my last name McGhee, McGhee. And on Instagram is Keke, Keke_realtor.
Okay. Dope. So and we'll make sure that for the people who actually are listening on all the audio platforms, we'll have her socials on the details to make sure that y'all can tap in. So man, this was super informative, and we actually breezed through an hour.
We did.
It didn't feel like
we did.
Yeah. So but even still, man, I really do want to thank you for coming.
No, thank you.
Yeah, and I would like to get you back maybe around this time next year just to see how you did.
The progression.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
Because I think that's important. You know what I'm saying? We're seeing, like, I'm not nobody like big in this. You're not nobody big. Like, you're doing your thing.
No, but it's always room for growth.
There's always room for growth.
Yeah, I'm not no mogul yet. I ain't even gonna say that.
Exactly.
At all.
There's always room for growth.
Yeah.
And I wanna check in on you, make sure everything is good.
I appreciate that.
Definitely bring the mortgage guys, man. I definitely want to talk to them too.
I got you.
So man, we another episode as you once again, just as a reminder, if you are looking for the stock information, we'll be doing the live streamings on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Fetty Talk. Just make sure you follow my socials And I will let you guys know at least an hour in advance. Y'all know I kind of sometimes go different with my times because I be having shit to do. But just make sure y'all tap in. We ain't lost yet. I'm gonna say that. Like every stock that I've mentioned, it is a win. Just read the game tapes. It speaks for itself. So once again, Keke, I do appreciate you for coming.
Thank you.
If you don't know, now you know. So what do I know podcast?